Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss about history of Java. Okay, history of Java. See here, Java. What is Java? Java is a object-oriented programming language. Okay, object-oriented programming language. So as of now, for the timing, so please, okay, ignore this object-oriented. First, focus on what is programming language. Focus on what is programming language. See here. Now in this lecture, I'm discussing history of Java, right? I'm discussing history of Java. So here I'm using English, right? So now I'm communicating with you by using what? English. Okay, by using English is a what? Medium between you and me. Okay, English is a medium. English is a language. It is a medium between you and me. Right. So by using this English, okay, I'm teaching what Java for you. Okay. Now here programming language. So in between humans, this English language is okay. And in other states like AP or something, so Telugu and see Malayalam in some states, Tamil in some okay Tamil. Like this, we have different languages to communicate with what each other, right? But if you want to communicate with what computer, if you want to communicate with computer, so here, so if you want to communicate with computer, this English, what Telugu, Malayalam, these okay languages are not at all understood by the computer. Okay, not at all understood by the computer. So that's why we need one artificial language. We need one artificial language. So this artificial language is called programming language. Okay, programming language. See here, a programming language is an artificial language designed communicate instructions to a machine. Okay, particularly a computer. So by using programming language, what we are going to design communicate instructions. Okay, we are going to what design communicate instructions. By using these instructions, we are going to what accomplish our task. Okay, accomplish our task. So here, by using programming language, we are going to design communicate what instructions. By using these instructions, we are going to accomplish our task. Okay, these communications instructions are understood by the what computer. Okay, next, what is the first okay high level programming language introduced in the market? See here, we have what machine level language, ML. Okay, machine level language. So which contains zeros and ones. We can also call binary language. After that, what we have assembly level language. We can also call the symbolic language. Okay, symbolic language. So these are the what first computer languages. After that, so some high level programming languages are introduced. So in these high level programming languages, okay, so first high level programming is what C. This is the what high level programming language introduced in 1970s. Okay, introduced in 1970s. So this is the first dominant programming language what in the what market. So here, see, by using C, we are able to develop computer applications. Okay, we are able to develop computer applications, but C has some what limitations. What are the limitations of C programming language? Okay, so in 1970s, C is the dominant programming language introduced in the market. Okay, introduced in the market, and it has some limitations. See here, what are the limitations? The first limitation is difficult to implement today client requirements. Okay, so this is the first limitation. See here, nowadays there are so many applications. Okay, so by using C, we are able to develop only standalone applications. Okay, standalone applications. So this standalone application runs on the single system, and you cannot access these standalone applications across the network. Okay, across the network. That is the problem. So now nowadays these standalone applications can't serve many people. Right. So that is the first what limitation. Next, no code reusability. See, in Java, we have a special concept, object-oriented principle called inheritance. So if there is any reusable code in your C application, okay, you cannot reuse it. There is no code reusability concept. Okay, and we have packages concept also. So by using packages concept also, we can achieve the code reusability. Okay, so here in see, there is no what code reusability. Okay, next code, no code enhancement. Okay, no code enhancement means, see, there is one application. Okay, you develop it by using C, but if you want to what extend it, if you want to extend your application, means if you want to add more features, okay, if you want to add more features to your application, then it is not possible in C. Okay, not possible in C. Why? Because you are going to deliver, okay, .exe file, not source code to the end user. Okay, end user. Now by using for this .exe file, you can't add any what features, and you cannot extend your application. And C is what platform dependent. C hardware here. C is what highly depends on hardware and software also. Okay, hardware and software. Okay, C highly depends on hardware and software. So C is what platform dependent. Okay, depends on the, it depends on hardware as well software. So here, for suppose if you develop your application in Windows operating system, and you are able to run on Windows operating system only. Okay, Windows operating system only. You can't run it in other operating systems. You can't run on other operating systems. So it is highly depends on the what hardware and software. Okay. Next, as length of the application increases, causes slow in performance. See, here we have number of SLOC for your application, source lines of code. So if you have if your application has more number of lines, okay, more SLOC, then what happened here? Okay, your application performance will be decreased. Okay, whenever you increase your application size. Okay, next, code maintenance and enhancement are difficult. Okay, already I discussed here. Okay, code enhancement and maintenance is difficult. No exception handling mechanism. Already I discussed about exception handling mechanism. Uh, in separate lecture. There you can found. Okay, what is the what use of this exception handling mechanism? So in C there is no default exception handling mechanism. In Java we have default exception handling mechanism. Okay, so these are the limitations in C. So in order to overcome these drawbacks, okay, here C is structure-oriented programming language. So in this structure-oriented programming language, these are the limitations. Okay, in structure-oriented programming, these are the limitations. And in order to overcome these limitations, object-oriented programming, okay, is introduced in the market. Okay, this object-oriented programming is introduced by using C++. See here, OOPS is basically based on objects and classes. Okay, OOPS can be defined as a group of data and methods. OOPS basically have four features. See, object-oriented programming, okay, should have, okay, these four features. Okay, these four features. See, here this C++ is introduced in what late of 1970s and the early 1980s. Okay, C++ is introduced late 1970s and the early of 1980s. Okay, so this is what dominant programming language. Okay, in 1980s when compared to C. Okay, when compared to C. Okay, so here C++ is what imported or inherited some what syntaxes from C, some syntaxes from C, but it has here some object-oriented principles are added to the what C++. Okay, object-oriented principles are added to the C++ in order to overcome the limitations of what C programming language. Okay, C programming language. Now C++ also has its own limitations. Okay, own limitations. What are the own limitations? See here, it is inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation. Okay, all these are what I discussed in the what lectures. So you can go through the what those videos. Okay, in detail I discussed this inheritance. What is polymorphism? What is abstraction? What is encapsulation? For everything, I have I have recorded videos. So please go through those videos. Okay. Now C++ has what has its own limitations. Okay. What are the limitations? See, very confusion concept in C and C++ is pointers. Okay. So pointers are not eliminated in C. Sorry, C++. Okay. In C++ also we have pointers concept. And there is no explicit, sorry, there is no automatic memory allocation and deallocation. So here in C++, so we have to what allocate the memory and deallocate the memory explicitly. Okay, so explicitly, okay, we have to allocate the memory and deallocate the memory. So there is no default garbage collection. See here simply, okay, there is no garbage collection concept. So we have to allocate the whatever the memory you are allocating at runtime. So you have to collect it dynamically. Okay, you have to collect it dynamically, and this is also platform dependent. Already I told what is platform dependent in previous slide. Okay, so here also, okay, so C++ programs are highly depend on what software and hardware, software and hardware. Okay, so these are the what limitations of C++. See, in C++ we have some limitations. Okay, so sorry, in C we have some limitations. In order to overcome the limitations of C, okay, C++ is introduced with some object-oriented principles. So these are the object-oriented principles. Okay, introduced in C++. Okay, even C++ has these object-oriented principles. Okay, this pointers concept is not eliminated, and what so there is no default garbage collection in C++, and C++ is also what platform dependent. So these are the major limitations we have in C++. Okay, we have in C++. Okay, so here code reusability, okay, is introduced, and polymorphism is introduced, and abstraction and encapsulation. These are what introduced in C++. Okay, introduced in C++, even though it has its own limitations. Okay, now I'm moving to Java. See, Java. Okay, Java is what object oriented programming language. So Java is what? Fully object oriented programming language. Okay. So who created Java? So Java was created by what? Created by James Costello. Okay. So there are five people, those who are part of Java creation: James Gosling, Patrick Norton, Chris Worth, Ed Frank, and Mike Sheridan et al. Okay, so these are the people, okay, work for Java at Sun Microsystems. Okay, at Sun Microsystem. Okay, so here Java development started it in the year of 1991. Okay, in the year of 1991. So here actually they spent 18 months. Okay, 18 months to what prepare first version of the Java. Okay, first version of the Java. So after that, so they are going to they need to what test that whatever the first version. So they developed. So they need to test, right. So they tested the first version of the Java and they released first version of Java in 1995 into the market. See, they started development of Java, what in 1991. Okay, they took how many months? 18 months to what develop first version of the Java. Okay, after that, okay, this tested this first version of the Java, whatever they developed, and they released in the market in 1995. So this is the first version of the Java, what released in the market in 1995. Okay, so what is the primary motivation of Java? See here, the primary motivation of Java is they want to develop platform independent programming language. Okay, C, C++, these two are platform dependent. Okay, these two are platform dependent. Means these are highly dependent on what hardware and software. But Java not like that. Okay, Java does not depend on what hardware and software. Java programs are executed by any operating system, irrespective of its development and compilation. Okay, Java programs are executed by any operating system. Okay, they are not depends on the operating system, and Java programs are executed by what any processor. Means those are not depends on the hardware. Okay, so even your processor is upgraded or downgraded doesn't matter. Okay, so it does not depends on hardware and does not depends on what operating system. Java programs are executed by any operating system. The primary motivation of what this team, okay, totally 5 members team, is to develop what platform independent programming language. Okay, platform independent programming language. See, that could be used to create software to be embedded various consumer electronic devices such as microwave ovens and remote controls. So initially, so they developed what some what they created some what softwares by using for Java. So those are okay. So those are embedded in various consumer electronic devices such as what microwave ovens and remote controls. So initially, okay, initially they used to what create what softwares. Okay, those are embedded in what various consumer electronic devices. So these are the devices. Okay, see, initially uh, this team given name to the Java as Oak. Oak is the initial name of the Java. Later they renamed as Java due to some what copyright reasons. Okay, due to some copyright reasons, so they changed Java. Sorry, Oak name to Java. Okay, Oak name to Java. So these are the 5 members team. No, so this team is called Green Team. This team is called Green Team. So this is what some history of Java. Okay. So what is programming language and what is the first high level programming language? introduced in the market. C is the high level for programming language in 1970s introduced in the market. And what are the limitations in C? So in order to overcome the limitations of C, C++ is introduced with some object-oriented principles. Even C++ has some object-oriented principles. It has its own limitations. After that, okay, so Java was created. Okay, so here Java was created by whom? James Gosling is the main person, and Patrick Norton, Chris Worth, Ed Frank, and Mike Sheridan. These are the supported staff to the what James Gosling. Okay, so when they started development of Java in 1991. Okay, so how many months they what spent to develop first version of the Java? 18 months. Okay, they spent to develop first version of the Java. After 18 months, what first version they tested in their systems. Okay, finally they succeed and they released first version of Java in 1995. Okay, in 1995. Okay, so this is some brief history of Java. Okay, so thanks for watching. And in next video, I'm going to discuss how to execute a Java program. Okay, how to write and execute a Java. Okay, so please subscribe my channel for more videos.